So today, we're going to talk about something almost everyone has to deal with at some point: bullies. But forget everything you've heard before, because this is different. These are 7 rules for stopping a bully, and they were forged in one of the most brutal places on Earth.
Right off the bat, the source of these rules tells you everything you need to know. This isn't some self-help theory from a book. This comes from someone who survived the Soviet Gulag, where one wrong move, one sign of weakness, could literally mean life or death. We're talking about mastering real power dynamics under the most extreme pressure imaginable.
And here's the crazy thing. The core principles are exactly the same no matter where you are. Whether it's a toxic boss at work, a tormentor in the schoolyard, or an actual inmate in a prison, a bully operates on the same psychological playbook. So the rules for defeating them, they're universal.
And this isn't just a list of vague suggestions. It's a system, a 7-step framework designed to do more than just make a bully back off. The whole point is to make them realize they picked the absolute wrong person to mess with.
Okay, so let's get into it. First up is what we're calling the physical foundation. You can actually win or lose the battle before you even open your mouth. It's all about how you project power without saying a single word.
This entire foundation really rests on 2 pillars, and you can see them right here: your eyes and your body language. If you can get these 2 things right, you've already started to tip the scales in your favor. So let's break them down.
Rule number 1 is absolutely critical. Your eyes are a weapon. Now, think about it. In a place like the Gulag, looking at someone the wrong way could get you killed. The secret here is that one word: balance. This isn't about getting into an aggressive staring contest. That just screams insecurity. And it's definitely not about looking away like you're scared. It's about that steady, calm, controlled gaze that says, I see you, I'm not afraid, and I'm in control of myself.
And that leads us right into rule number 2, your body. Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got arrogance. Chin up, throat exposed. They're actually off balance and easy to knock over. But now look at confidence. The chin is slightly down, grounded. The posture is straight, like an invisible thread is pulling you up from the top of your head. It's not loud, it's solid, centered, quiet strength.
All right, so once you've got the physical part down, we need to move to the next battlefield, the mental game. This is all about what's going on inside your own head, because that's where the real fight happens.
And just like before, this breaks down into 2 main parts. First, you have to get your mindset right before anything even happens. And second, you have to get a handle on your emotions during the confrontation. They are totally connected.
Now, rule number 3 is fascinating. It actually pulls from game theory. You start every interaction with a default setting. I'm okay, you're okay. You're basically offering peace and cooperation first. This isn't being weak, it's starting from a position of strength. But, and this is the important part, you have to have rock-solid boundaries. The second a bully crosses your line, you issue a swift, sharp warning. It's not an angry outburst, it's a cold, strategic move. It's pure survival.
Which leads us perfectly into rule number 4. And wow, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Your calm is your shield and your calm is your sword. Your emotional control is your best defense and, at the same time, your most powerful weapon.
I mean, think about it for a second. What is a bully trying to do? They're trying to get a reaction. They literally feed on your anger or your fear. So the biggest power move you can make is to just give them nothing. When you stay completely calm, you're basically showing them that their little attacks have 0 effect. You starve them of the reaction they need.
Okay, so we've covered our physical presence and our internal mindset. Now we get to the strategic edge. This is where we stop just defending and start proactively building up our strength in the world around us.
And this is all about 2 things you can actively do. First, you need to form alliances, build a network. And second, you have to constantly be sharpening your own skills, making yourself someone that other people want as an ally.
Rule number 5 is all about the power of having people in your corner. See, bullies are predators, and they always look for the easiest, most isolated target. An alliance makes you a hard target. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It starts with something tiny, like a small favor. That favor creates a connection, and that connection, over time, becomes a real alliance. In the Gulag, maybe it was sharing a piece of bread. In an office, it's helping a coworker with a deadline. The principle is exactly the same.
Rule number 6 is simple. Sharpen your sword daily. And your sword can be anything. It could be your quick verbal wit. It could be your ability to think strategically. It could be actual self-defense skills.
Or it could just be being undeniably good at what you do. Bullies are cowards. They instinctively avoid people who are genuinely competent. Why? Because competent people are useful, they're respected, and they usually have those alliances we were just talking about.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the ultimate weapon. This is the master stroke that pulls all the other rules together into one unstoppable force: silence.
This is rule number 7. Just imagine it. A bully comes at you, trying to provoke you, and you meet them with nothing. Not a scared silence, but a calm, powerful, unbreakable silence. It is so disarming. And like the quote says, when you combine that silence with the strong eye contact from Rule 1, you've just created a shield they can't get through.
Now, this is so important. Silence only works if you've done the other work first. When your body language is strong and confident, when your mind is calm, when your gaze is steady, then your silence isn't empty. It's absolutely full of power. It tells the bully, I'm so in control that I don't even need to speak to you. It's your master, your protector, and believe it or not, your charisma. It's how you say, I'm not playing your game anymore.
So there you have it. 7 rules forged in the fire that are less about just dealing with a bully and more about building genuine personal power. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. This kind of knowledge, it's like being handed a sharpened sword. Real power isn't just knowing how to fight. It's having the wisdom to know when it's better to just leave that sword in its sheath. What do you think?